Hi, it's Molly and welcome back to my channel. Welcome here if it's your first time. Today's video is my foundation and concealer routine. These are all my favorite drugstore and affordable cosmetic company picks. It's good. This video is a long time coming. I got so many requests for it. People wondering if I use drugstore products or if I only use professional level makeup lines, but I already owned all of these products. I genuinely love them. All of these products are great for my sensitive skin. My skin is drier and I do have maturing skin. That is another question that I saw a lot come up in the concealer video. Is 30 to 35 to 40 considered mature skin? After we turn 30, your natural collagen production levels start to drop. So you do need to adapt your techniques as your collagen and elastin levels change and as the moisture level changes in your skin. And again, just like the concealer video, I don't think saying mature skin or maturing skin, I don't think any of that is a dirty word. I think sometimes people put some meaning on there that is their own. I don't know, is that a nice way to say it? Like, I don't have any, I don't know, aging, it is what it is. Like, this is life, so c'est la vie. Really quickly before we get started, you can find me on Instagram at Girl Get Glamorous and on Pinterest at Molly Gardner 1. All right, let's get started with my foundation and concealer routine. In these foundation and concealer videos, I always start out with skincare because I believe it is such an important part of your makeup laying correctly initially and then wearing well throughout the day. I one time had a friend tell me that she just put her foundation on her bare skin right out of the shower, and if I was wearing pearls, I would have clutched to them. She started using a face lotion, the game was changed. I like to start with a serum that has a hyaluronic acid in it. Hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. And what that means is that your skin throughout the day will maintain that dewy, fresh look like you just applied your makeup. And I've noticed a big difference when I use this versus when I do not. If I skip this step, by the end of the day, my skin can feel a little bit tight. The foundation can start to look a little bit not cakey, but definitely drier, fine lines accentuated. These are two great hyaluronic acid serums. This first one is from The Ordinary and it is $7. It's a wonderful product. And then there's also this Bioderma Hydra Bio Serum. This one has a little bit more of a primary feeling to it. It has a little bit more of that, smoothness. I'm gonna use The Ordinary today. I talk about it a little bit in my skincare video. This is actually the second bottle that I've purchased of this product. I honestly can't believe the price point, and I always make sure I get my neck and chest as well. So both of these are great. I just wanted to show you this one today. Next up is eye cream. This is the DHC Eye Cream. I wanna say I've been using this one for about 5 years, and I will grab just a pea-sized amount for each eye. And I truly believe that this eye cream makes my concealer stay looking fresh all day long. I mentioned in the skincare video that I have tried other eye creams just to try them. And I would notice that either my concealer just wasn't looking right or my eye makeup was wearing off. And when I use the DHC, that is just not an issue. The makeup stays exactly where I put it. There's no caking, creasing, eyeshadow disappearing, concealer disappearing, and my concealer just stays really fresh looking all day long. This is a giant tube. This is 0.88 ounces, and DHC is a Japanese mail order and drugstore product that can now be purchased worldwide thanks to shipping, international shipping. Okay, so once those are all on, that's like a nice good base, I will grab my jade roller, and this is great for lymphatic drainage. So if you wake up, I know the older I've gotten, I've really noticed that I wake up with fluid underneath my eyes, my cheeks just feeling a little bit, needing a little bit of a massage to get the day going. This doesn't have to take a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just do a few rolls. It feels incredible. But more than anything, it really helps to push that excess fluid out of your skin. So in about 20 or 30 minutes, you'll notice that This under eye area is looking just a little bit smoother. The cheeks are looking a little bit less puffy. And like I said, it really doesn't take that long. That's enough of a routine. You can obviously do it for longer if you want to. After that, I'll move on to my face lotion. And if I'm getting ready at night, I'll use the Bioderma. This is the, I can never say it right, Sensible Light. And if I'm getting ready during the day, I'll use the Jack Black Double Duty Face Moisturizer SPF 20. Now, this is not necessarily a drugstore product, but before you get frustrated with me, this is actually 3.3 ounces for $28, and the Bioderma is 1.33 ounces for $20. So this is still a really great deal. It's over twice the size of the Bioderma and only $8 more, and it has SPF. So for me, I use this because I don't have to use a separate SPF because I work indoors, so I'm really not outside that often. But at nighttime, I love this Bioderma, and anytime I'm looking for an affordable skincare product, I will tend to look through what Bioderma offers first because they really do make high quality products. Today we're going to be using the Jack Black. And make sure to always get this area behind your ears. Pull it down your neck. Now, in real time, without me talking through the products and what I like about it, this usually takes me about a minute and it goes really quickly. It's just serum, eye cream, quick jade roll, and face cream. Moving along to foundation, you can do either concealer or foundation first. Today I'm going to do foundation first because in the last video I did concealer first. So I feel like it's just good to show both ways. There's two drugstore primers that I really love. This is the e.l.f. Primer Putty, and this has more of a matte finish. This has a really smooth finish. This is really nice, like around the T-zone, nose, if you tend to get shiny there. And even though that's a matte finish, it is surprisingly mature skin friendly. I think it's a really nice primer. Today I'm going to use this one called Hocus Pocus, which is probably my favorite drugstore primer. And this is not even technically a primer. They call it a visual flaw softening illuminator. You can mix it in with your foundation, apply it before, or use it as a highlighter. And it is just a really, really beautiful product. So you do need to shake it up. The reason I love this so much, and this is a full 1 ounce tube, is because this product is so light. It diffuses any sort of darkness or skin imperfections so that you can wear less foundation. Now, I saw this question, and I always make sure I get this chest area as well. I saw this question come up in my initial concealer video, and that was, if you are using two products, isn't it going to look like and feel like more on your skin? So I want to take this moment to talk a little bit about light diffusing products. They blur the look of imperfections, the way they reflect light back, so that you can use less product over it instead of adding 2 or 3 layers of foundation and concealer. So yes, you're using two products, but you are using so much less foundation or concealer that you end up with overall less product. I want to see if you can see how beautiful this is on the skin without any other products on. It just gives your skin this gorgeous glow. And again, in real life, that takes about 10 seconds to put on. It's quick. Moving on to foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. This has to be hands down my favorite drugstore foundation I have ever tried. This has such a high-end finish. Really and truly, this competes with $40, $50, $60 foundations. It is just wonderful. I have been able to wear this for up to 10 hours without any skin irritation. The only difficult thing about drugstore foundations is I actually had to purchase 4 of these to try and get my right shade. This is what I do for a living. So generally speaking, I'm pretty good and quick at matching foundations, and I just really struggle to find a match in this. So I'm gonna show you a few of them that I tried. This is shade 410 Ivory. I wish that drugstores had testers so that it was not so difficult to find your shade, but if you are similar to me, hopefully this will help. This is shade 420 True Beige. And this is shade 445 Vanilla. I was combining 410 and 420 and getting a good, pretty decent match, but it was looking a little bit pale on my skin, even though these are both neutral warm foundations with a yellow and peach undertone. So today we're gonna try 445. This is the Real Techniques foundation brush. And it is so gorgeous for buffing cosmetics into your skin. And I always bring it down my neck and do a little bit on my chest so that it all blends. I am really loving this shade. This is the 445 shade that I thought was going to be just a little bit too dark, but it's really, really gorgeous. I cannot say it enough. This is my drugstore foundation dream team. This Real Techniques foundation brush, I actually got in a kit that came with 5 brushes, so I'll show them all to you. And it was only $20 for all 5. I've heard so many good things about Real Techniques and I am blown away. You can apply your foundation with just your hands. That will also give you a gorgeous finish. I just get a little bit lazy and don't love to have to wash my hands after foundation, concealer, all of that. So I use the brush, and then it's also really quick. It gets your foundation on so fast. So if you are time oriented in the morning, this is the best $4 you'll ever spend. If you watched my other concealer video, you know that I love to correct. Just like I was talking about with illumination before using foundation, using a color corrector or illuminator is going to make a big difference in how much less concealer you have to use. This is the Maybelline, it's called, what do they call theirs? The Brightener. And as you can see, I really love this product. It is a little bit different in tone versus the Becca. The Becca is more peach and this one is a little bit more pink, but I do think it's a really, really nice product and very affordable. The only thing I don't like about this product is that the sponge is too big to get just your dark circles, so you end up getting it everywhere. And with corrector, you really and truly only need a little bit of product. I like to press this on the inside corners first. You can see how much that brightens that darker area of my eye already without any concealer on. I really think that corrector is an important step. I know that people don't love having an additional step, but for me, this is worth it if I end up getting a more natural finish. A lot of the time I see people say that they can't find the right concealer, but I think if you add this corrector, you're going to be so much happier and get those results you want without having to buy a zillion concealers. Look at how much brighter that is. Shazam. These Maybelline Age Rewind concealers are probably the most popular drugstore concealer in the world. I think it's just a really beautiful, again, high-end finish for a product that is under $10. I was using light neutral before, and then they came out with a few new shades. So the new shades that I'm using are Ivory and Warm Light. I'm pretty sure that Warm Light is the better match for me. And this is the Ivory shade. I'm just going to show you both to show you both. What I like to do is start out placing the majority of the concealer in my inner corner, and then I bring it out down my nose a little bit, and then when I get to the middle of my eye, I stop. You only place concealer in this area, and then when you blend, you'll get the brightening effect without a ton of extra product sitting on top of fine lines and wrinkles. Let's blend these out. And you can absolutely use a brush if you would like. This is the Warm Light and this is the Ivory. The Ivory looks better on camera, I think, and the Warm Light looks better in real life. Let me see if I can get any closer. This one's a little bit light for every single day. I really like the Warm Light. I've just been mixing them up, so I'll put a little Ivory on this side as well. And we'll put a little Warm Light right here so that we match. So again, I place the product only to my pupils, focusing as much as I can on those inner circles It makes such a huge difference to lighten this area where we carry the majority of our purplish tones and darkness. You're gonna see a huge difference if you brighten there and then blend outward. You can see how I still get the brightening effect throughout my face, but without all of that product being placed there and sitting in fine lines. And now if you're feeling like you want a little bit more brightness in the center of your face, you can do a little bit right here, down your nose. And this is a very small amount of product. Sometimes it actually looks different on camera, which always surprises me. I mean, sometimes I genuinely do use too much product, but for the most part, I will put a teeny amount on and it looks like so much. So that's a nice way to get a little bit more brightness. Before we set everything, I do want to say this is one thing I love about the Hocus Pocus is that you could mix it in with your foundation if you want a more sheer finish, or you can grab just the teeniest little bit and dab this over your cheekbones. And it's a very mature skin friendly highlighter. It's really beautiful, gives your skin a sheen without it looking like highlighter. There's no glitter. It's just really, really natural. I'm gonna go outside with this in a minute as well so you can see everything. But this is just, I think, an incredibly mature skin friendly product. I love that you can use it as your base and then also as a highlighter. So it makes it more affordable because you're not buying two products. If you have not watched that concealer video yet, what I like to do is set my concealer with a setting spray, and that way I can use less powder overall. This is the All-Star setting spray from ColourPop. I love this. Unfortunately, my pump stopped working, so today I'm going to be using this CoverGirl one. This is the Outlast Active. I have just picked up this product. I like to wear things for a really long time before I talk about them. That's why I never do first impressions, because it's just the makeup artist in me that really wants to use something for a while. But we're going to use this one today, like I said, because the ColourPop pump stopped working. And what I like to do, this sponge has been sitting out for about 20 minutes, so it's damp but not wet. There's no water squishing out of it. And I'll spray 2 pumps into the tip and then squish it into the sponge so that it's not sitting right on the surface. And then I will press it gently over those areas. Let me get in a little bit closer for the second side. And I'm just pressing the sponge over the product and then lifting up so that I'm not moving around the product at all. I'm just so gently bouncing it into my skin. And as you can see, I'm barely pressing. It's not a super ton of force. So because I'm just gently bouncing it, I'm getting the setting spray in there without disrupting any of the concealer or foundation that we laid down on the skin. And I like to go around my nose because this is where product can gather for me and tend to start looking a little bit fake and not like skin. If you're going to use any more cream products, I would advise to get those on now, but because I'm going to use all powder products, I will set my foundation now. So I'll spray a little bit more into the side of the blender. Squish that through. This does smell nice. It smells like, I'm trying to figure out what it smells like. Is it aloe? Cucumber. It smells like cucumber. As you can see, again, I'm barely bouncing it over my skin. I'm not pressing hard because I don't want to lift up that product. And I go right over my hair and the foundation so that it really blends in and I don't have a line where my foundation ends and my hairline is. So even though I'm moving more rapidly now, you can see I'm still not pressing it super firmly into my skin. It's just a very light bounce quickly over my skin to make all of that foundation and concealer look seamless. I know sometimes it feels like for mature skin, powder can be an absolute no-go zone, but I actually don't mind a little bit of powder to set things just to keep it from getting really shiny. One powder that I've been loving is this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. This Real Techniques setting brush is probably one of my favorite brushes I have ever owned. The size is just so perfect for under eye powder, getting in little spots where I get shiny. It's a good blush or highlighter applicator as well. It is just really an incredible brush. With this powder, what I will do is grab just the lid. I tip it just a little bit, not that the powder is going to come out, and then I'll take my brush and start to move it over whatever's in the lid. Tap off a little bit. So as you can see, I barely got any powder into the brush, and that is okay. So that's what you want. And then we'll go right back in at that inner corner. And just as you can see, the brush is barely touching my skin. And I'm placing the majority of the powder right here. I'll go back in, tap if I need to, and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm setting the majority of that concealer, but as you can see, I didn't bring the powder out here. I also tend to get really shiny around my eyebrows, so I'll powder a little bit here on the sides of my nose. So as you can see, I'm barely using any powder, and it's really enough to do the trick. Now this is called the blush brush, but if you like to set your powder all over, just go back in and grab the teeniest amount, and you can go over your forehead. And again, you can see I'm barely touching my skin. One thing I've learned as a makeup artist is that you really and truly barely need any product. And then when you just lightly get the brushes over your skin, you deposit the right amount of product so that you're not overwhelmed by how much is on your skin. As you can see, there's still even product down in here. We really barely used any powder, and my whole face is set. So let's go outside and check this out. You can see nothing's laying on top of these wrinkles and causing them to look more defined. And then even when I'm emoting, smiling, talking, the second I relax my face, it all goes away. Okay, I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup now, and I will check back in with you in a second. Here are the finished results. I'm gonna go in even closer now so you can really see everything, every detail. And I'm smiling as hard as I can so you can really see the finish around the eyes. We all have these natural lines as we get older. What I love about the products in the routine is that when your face goes back down, there's no creasing, there's not a lot of product and heaviness in those fine lines, making everything look deeper. Here is the finished look outside. Here's what I would love from you. If you found this video helpful, please not only give it a thumbs up, but leave me a comment below and let me know your favorite drugstore or affordable product. I love hearing what works for other people. When I go over to friends' houses or when I'm working with another makeup artist, I love seeing what's in their kit, what they have on their shelves at home, why, like what drew them to purchase that? Do they like it? Are they using it? Are they getting good results? Would they buy it again? Like all of those things are so fascinating to me. So let me know what your favorite pick is, what your holy grail drugstore product is. I cannot wait to hear. I really can't. So make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know. And that's everything. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions below, and I will see you in the next video.